think that's a commitment that we've demonstrated, pretty consistently over the last year or so. Started with The Last of Us, unveiled at the last E3. Beyond God of War Ascension, not new IP, but a new iteration, and now GT6, which obviously we've known about, we haven't been able to talk about, but we think in year whatever it is of PS3, that's a pretty strong and compelling first-party roster, and without saying anything negative about competition, I think it compares pretty well with what other people are doing at a similar stage in the life of their platforms. So we 70 million install base PlayStation 3 around the world now. We think there's a lot of business still to do on PS3, and we're very excited by it. I don't think it was a question of us being fixated about being first. It really was more the other part of your question, which was to allow a sort of good cadence of communication between the original announcement and launch. We announced on February 20th, as you say, GDC. E3 is imminent. There'll be Gamescom, which is no longer just a kind of small European event. It's a major. It's now a major global thing, and so you got kind of 4 or 5 things where you can just gradually unveil things and just allow momentum to build as we wanted to build. We're obviously perfectly happy that we were first, but it wasn't the objective. I think Sony would definitely admit that we learned a lot of lessons from PS3, and we are seeking to, in many areas, we're seeking to do things differently and better with PS4. Yes, I think the question's fair and correct. And I think generally, it's part of our publicly stated strategy. Sorry, I'm getting it. Publicly stated strategy to, gradually break down these kind of closed platforms and make them more open. It's the way the world's going, right? As everything gets connected, devices have to be able to talk to each other, to communicate with one another, and the fact that Sony is a significant player in the smartphone and in the tablet market makes that strategy doubly compelling. But the very early illustrations that Kazunori gave of how taking your Gran Turismo experience with you wherever you go. That's just something we should be doing for consumers anyway. These games are becoming, if they're done right, they should be completely immersive. And we want people to be able to post scores or look at what their friends are doing. And so yes, absolutely. I think we're always those peripherals have evolved without making big step changes, because at the end of the day, a wheel's a wheel and a pedal's a pedal. We'll certainly be looking at bringing out
another step, maybe?
Something to meet that market, yes. Yeah. We're not able to give details right yet, but maybe at A3 or Gamescom we'll be able to talk in more depth about what we're doing in that area.